FM. Of course, today is 8/8/2025. Yes, the 8th day and the 8th month in the year 2025. Welcome, everyone. It's a special day, and I pray and hope it's going to be special for you. Like what you've been praying for, the answers will come today. Can I hear loud amen? That's how it is. My name is Jude. Ikami Jude. And I'm here because you're there. I've got Punch newspaper, The Sun, Daily Trust, Daily Post, Vanguard, Guardian, and of course some of the newspapers here. Alright, for you to give you all of the information you need this morning, being a Friday, yes, the day of our Lord. Okay, everyone, feel free to join the conversation this morning. Yeah, you can visit us via YouTube. YouTube is VOP 90.3 FM. And then get to the comment section. Let's get your thoughts and your opinion. Okay, and then for WhatsApp, our WhatsApp portal is also open right now. The number is 081-717-56338. 081-717-56338. Okay. And when I'm done dishing out the headlines, Rufai Osene will join me to analyze some of the stories. And when he's done, Dr. Peter Anosike will be with me again this morning to look at this papers. I mean, throw more light on some of these stories. Okay? Okay. Let's go together, everyone. Let's move. Punch newspaper is going to take the lead this morning. Join me. Let's take a walk. Glitched grades, WAEC in crisis over result errors. Outside Nigeria, US doubles bounty on Venezuela's president to about $50 million over drug trafficking charges. Yaga's Itodo condemns premature campaigns, demands tougher sanctions. On Falcons, reward doctors, reward ASU, and reward teachers also, not only Falcons. Smart tips for starting your IT career is something you might just want to grab and get to read. You need to start up something for yourself. And then moving on to some of the headlines. ADC caught in crossfire as Atiku Obi rivalry escalates. Correctional Service sacks 15 officers, demotes 59 in major sweep. Ibadan markets shut as Olubadan is buried. Olubadan, Olakulehin, yes. Rivers elders ask Tinubu to halt local government poll, reinstate Fubara. NCAA stops Fuji star K1 the Ultimate from flying for about 6 months. And then to some of the headlines now. Rivers stakeholders urge Tinubu to halt local government poll and reinstate Fubara. Okay. Kaduna PDP begins by-election campaign. Erufai still with us. APC chieftain insists else ex-governor remains a stakeholder. Erufai still with us. APC chieftain insists ex-governor remains a stakeholder. Falana slams Southwest governors over poor governance and reckless spending. All right. 7:06 a.m. We move now to The Sun newspaper. "2027, no room for mistakes," says INEC. No room for mistakes. Okay, it's all right. And then Widow of 63-year-old ex-soldier murdered in Enugu calls for justice. Widow of 63-year-old ex-soldier murdered in Enugu calls for justice. And then to Zamfara State now. Military kills dozens of tourists at their leisure. Let's see some more headlines now. Tinubu, our only plan in Kogi. Senator Karimi speaking. 2027, Tinubu, our only plan in Kogi, says Senator Karimi. 2027, no room for mistakes, says INEC. River stakeholders write Tinubu express concern over local government election issues. And then PDP, 2027. Hashim urges open race for Jonathan, Atiku, and of course Peter Gregory Obi. This PDP that they're using to plot. Okay, let's move on now. Let's move on, everyone. Nentanwe's appointment, a turning point in party politics, says Tinubu. River stakeholders write Tinubu express concern over local government election issues. Nigerian leaders unperturbed that citizens see them as thieves, says Sanusi. Nigerian leaders unperturbed that citizens see them as thieves. This is according to Sanusi. And we move again from the Sun newspaper to Daily Post newspaper. Everyone follow me up. 7:08 is the time. In Oyo, fire ravages residential building in Ibadan. Taraba community denies involvement in herdsmen killings and warns against incitement. EFCC arrests 55 suspected Yahoo boys in Ogun State. And then some more here now. Some more. Let me give you some more. Electricity Union orders seek reversal of power water sector privatization. Senate move to elevate Oni Sultan divides Nigerians. Senate move to elevate Oni Sultan divides Nigeria. And then Tinubu appoints 39-year-old NEC chairman. INEC now, 151 associations seek registration as political parties. Kwam 1 blocked ValueJet aircraft, now on no-fly list. Kayamo confirms ban for 6 months. Kwam 1 must not fly. Okay. Mining marshals shut down illegal quarry in Abuja. 13 suspects face prosecution. And then Zamfara government calls for decisive federal action over rising insecurity. Abia CP distributes refurbished vans to divisions, charges officers to go after criminals. Refurbished vans. Abia CP distributes refurbished vans to divisions, charges officers to go after criminals. ValueJet versus Kwam 1 act of terrorism should be prosecuted, says ADC. NBA urges police to curb vigilante excesses in Niger. And then NCAA petitions IGP to arrest Kwam 1, the ultimate. Moving on to some of the political stories now, everyone. I am still monitoring situation in BDP. No plan yet to leave Ugo Chinyere. I am still monitoring situation in the BDP. Of course, for now, I've got no plans yet to leave the party, says Ugo Chinyere. All right, Obi has taken over 2027 race. Ex-IPAC chair Ameh is speaking here. And then El Rufai, still APC member, we consult him. Kaduna party chieftain Jamo is speaking. El Rufai, still APC member. We consult him. Okay. And then 2027, dismantle premature Tinubu re-election posters nationwide. ADC tells APC, dismantle all of them. All of those premature Tinubu re-election posters nationwide, dismantle all of them. Okay. Still 2027, Northern groups endorse Tinubu Shetima ticket for re-election. 2027 still, and of course is the last one here. Atiku, Jonathan, Peter Obi welcomed to contest PDP presidential ticket. Olawekpo Hashim. We should ask this man where he was all this while that Uncle Wike is The Nation newspaper, everyone. 7:12 a.m. is the time. Let's move on. Stakeholders fault relation let me look at that again. Stakeholders fault receivership claim on Egbin Ikeja Electric. This power issue, I don't know when it's going to end. Okay, WAEC now. SSCE results being reviewed over technical glitches. So Nigerians, calm down. That's what WAEC is trying to say. That story is coming again. Stakeholders fault receivership claims on Egbin Ikeja Electric. On flooding, NEMA states make contingency plans. NEMA states make contingency plans. And then EU stakeholders to accelerate Nigeria's energy transition. Coronation Infrastructure Fund to list on NGX. My Mother by Doyin Abiola's daughter. Kwam1 banned from air travels. Federal government disburses 493 billion naira to about 5 million households. I hope yours is part of it. Anyway, federal government disburses 493 billion naira to 5 million households. All right, to Vanguard newspaper, it's 7:15 a.m. Telecoms blackout looms as base station operators, diesel suppliers battle. Telecoms blackout looms as base station operators, diesel suppliers battle. Heavy floods to hit 198 local government areas in 31 states, and the federal government warns Nigerians. Heavy floods to hit 198 local government areas in 31 states. Federal government warns. 2023, Peter Obi never spent Labour Party funds on campaign. Ex-treasurer speaking. Protest against armed herders. Benue people shun beef, turn to pork. Protest against armed herders attacks. Benue people shun beef. Instead, they are now eating pork meat. Elede. And then to Brazil, U.S. climbing the tree beyond its leaves by Owe Lakemfa. Heavy floods to hit 198 local government areas in 31 states. I said that again. Heavy floods to hit 198 local governments in 31 states. ValueJet airline drama. Federal government slams 6 months no-fly ban on K1 the Ultimate. EFCC police war over same suspects. One suspect. Police EFCC war over that suspect. Okay. Stop blackmail. Pay your debts. Gas suppliers counter telecom operators. Stop the blackmail. Pay your debts. Gas suppliers counter telecom operators. 2023, Peter Obi never spent Labour Party funds on campaign. Ex-treasurer speaking. And then the Children's Art Gallery partners with FAN to showcase young Nigerian talents at MMIA. Now to some political stories, everyone. 2027, Jonathan ready to run again. Close ally confirms. All right, those are the stories I can give you from Vanguard newspaper. Let's check out The Guardian. 2027, 151 new parties indicate interest. Submit forms, says INEC. ADC knocks PDP over moves to woo Obi. Claims party has lost influence. ADC knocks PDP over moves to woo Obi. Claims party has lost influence. Toxic braids, cancer, fertility risk trail Nigeria's $429 million synthetic hair obsession. They say is it toxic braids. Toxic, very toxic braids. All of you looking for one hair or the other and all of that, buying hairs everywhere, buying people's hairs, horse hair, Indian hair, Chinese hair. They said it's toxic braids. It's cancerous. It reduces fertility. Yes. Nigerians are all going for that. And of course, what I see here, it's costing Nigerians about $429 million. Okay. Let's check up some other headlines. Trump vows to meet Putin without Zelensky's sit down. Trump vows to meet Putin without Zelensky sit down. AFDB mobilizes $2.2 billion to expand Nigeria's agro-industrial zones. WAEC recalls results. Directs candidate to check afresh. Go and check. There is a sound of abundance of rain. Unruly behavior. NCAA blacklist Ayinde petitions for criminal charges. Let's look at it. FRSC arrests 563 offenders over attempt to bribe marshals. Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. And finally, I go to Daily Thrust. And then I'll speak with Rufai Yoseni. Okay? Final year examination, students, parents, educationists, FLAY WAEC results review. Right of reply. Hunger in Nigeria. Presidency disagrees with Daily Trust editorial. Protest in Zamfara over renewed bandits attacks. And then, Governor Sani appoints Sani Rabiu as chairman Kaduna Fiscal Responsibility Commission. Protest in Zamfara over renewed bandits attacks. And then, final year examination, students, parents, educationists, FLAY WAEC result review. And then let me give you four more. Federal government puts 32 states and of course 832 communities on flood alert. Okay. NACON pledges 2026 Hajj fare at 8.5 million naira. NACON pegs 2026 Hajj fare at 8.5 million naira. And finally here, Keyamo, any airline which flies Quam 1 risks ban. You are on to Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. Now, those are the headlines I can give you. But for now, let's join Rufai Yoseni for some analysis of those stories right away.
Right, some stories making the rounds. The Wasu and Ide Marshall case, I must confess, I was really shocked when I finally saw the videos. Because as of today, when I gave my analysis, a lot of more videos were not out, but new videos just showed total high handedness. How will a man that is 68 years old going to 70 will stay in front of a plane and ensure that the plane does not move and tries to prevent a plane because you were trying to disrespect them by bringing your own liquid material on board and they said no? I mean, what level of lawlessness goes on in this country? So today, based on the videos I've actually seen, he was actually holding a flask, and there was something in the flask which is not right in the first place. You are not supposed to bring in any fluid. So, and the fact that even before the plane finally moved and almost knocked him down or crushed him, he was there in front of the plane. Would not allow the plane move. Tried on 2 or 3 occasions to go in front of the plane to prevent the plane from moving. At the same time, he was trying to call every person high and mighty in the country. Trying to say all sorts. Anyway, we didn't hear recordings of the things he said there, but he showed his anger. And it just speaks volume. Anyway, kudos to Professor Skiamo because he has actually disciplined him and showed him that acts like this would never be tolerated. He has read the Riot Act out to him. And the Riot Act is you will not be allowed to get on any flight.
In 6 months, right? In 6 months.
And like I was saying, the Riot Act is 6 months, you will not be allowed to get on any flight. And Professor Skiamo is warning anybody or any plane that carries Wasu and Ide Marshall. Definitely, we have an axe to grind with the government. So I'm happy about that. Enough of all of this. Enough of all this big manism. And Wasi Ide Marshall also has a right to be able to apologize because he's been trying to kick back and forth and speak. No, he has a right to be able to apologize because he was also endangering other people. That's it. So, real quickly, concerning WAEC, a lot of people that wrote WAEC said they didn't get, the result they expected. And WAEC 2 has also come out to say that, there was a little glitch. They're trying to fix their server and all of that. But please, we need to look at it deeply because lives are at stake. I've gotten so many complaints concerning WAEC. A lot of complaints. And that's why we want WAEC to fix the problems attendant. Because this was exactly what I remember the scenario too with JAM until JAM decided to fix whatever was there. And some other students who have complained about the condition in which they wrote the exams. Some complained about English, for instance. So please, we would like to call on WAEC to do the needful. We would like to call on the authorities to do the needful. People should not cry for writing the exam. You're supposed to be able to promote them to another level. So let's look at this matter and look at it critically if we want to move forward and do better as a nation. There's a confusion that is growing in the power sector, and following a report by KEPCO Energy Resource, majority owner of Egbe Power Plant, had been under receivership for a creditor FBN Quest. In a public notice issued on Wednesday, it was stated that a senior advocate of Nigeria, Kunle Ogungba, of Insolvency Fort, was appointed by the court as the receiver manager. However, the power entities have debunked Ogungba's claim and saying Egbin power, Ikeja Electric, First Independent Power, remain fully operational and stable and firmly under the control of legitimate management. KEPSO is a subsidiary of Sahara Energy Resource, acquired the majority stake in Egbin during the 2013 power sector privatization program. So what they are saying invariably is that Egbin is not under receivership, because there was a story making the rounds by a senior advocate that Egbin had gone under receivership and they were the ones taking care of Egbin. But now we know that Egbin is not under receivership of some any form or shape. There's a very sad insecurity story that is happening in this country as we speak. And it's a very sad one. I was talking about the fact that in Zamfara, people are pretty much paying before they can go to their farms. Insecurity is so high. The other day we reported the fact that over 50 people were kidnapped. The other day we also reported that there was a peace deal between Bello Tuji and some stakeholders in Zamfara. But what is coming out of Zamfara is a very sad tale. We'd like to call on the government and the authorities to do something. Still on insecurity, Sokoto families abandon homes and 30 communities protest in Zamfara. You see, when the government now says we are fighting insecurity, we are trying to make things work, I wonder what insecurity are we fighting? If communities are abandoning their homes and they are living. So while all of these politicians are talking about 2027 election, at least can we just ensure that insecurity is fixed in Zamfara? Can we just ensure that the lives of people are a whole lot better in Zamfara? I think that's one thing we should look at. Because if we don't do it, then things will not get a lot better. The Secretary to the federal government, George Akume, has raised the alarm of some criminal syndicate. They said they've cloned his voice in an attempt to swindle high-profile people with promises of federal government appointments. From information available to his office, the fraudster clones his voice and they use it to solicit money. He distanced himself from such people and he said everybody should be alert. So when you get a call by somebody that claims is the SGF, Secretary of the federal government, it might just be a cloned voice you are listening to. We should be careful. And we should take precautions as I warned you. There's another story making the rounds as regards President Tinubu nominating a new leadership for NERC, NEC. So the Nigeria Electricity Regulatory Commission has a new leader, Abdullahi Ramat. He's also named Mr. Abubakar as the proposed commissioner for consumer affairs and Dr. Fuad Olayinka Nimasham as commissioner for finance and management services at the regulatory agency. All of these were disclosed by the presidential spokesperson Bayo Ononuga. And these are some of the new appointments made by President Tinubu to be able to marshal and provide leadership at the NERC. So that's some stories making the rounds. The new NEC CEO used to be a former chairman. So there's a lot of talk. And NAFDAC here is saying that GMO are not harmful if safety procedures are followed. What does she mean by safety procedures here? I think we need to be very careful about this GMO talk. And we also need to introspect and look at the interests of our own farmers locally. And this caveat NAFDAC is putting, we should all be careful. NAFDAC should be able to do empirical research and show us the numbers and the details about all of this GMO talk.
Okay.
Rather than just joining the bandwagon and talking and saying, if we follow guidelines, let's be careful. It has to be said. Sanusi has been talking, and he said Nigeria rewards corrupt politicians. He also said that a lot of politicians are not well brought up in this country. But that's the reflection of what our country has become. It's always become a den for people that can use force and violence. It's a country where people mock people like Peter Obi for being gentle, and they hail people that use force and violence, which is a very sad one. For instance, look at the way Sowore is being treated in detention. This morning he came out to say that his hand was broken. Look at the running battle Sowore is having with the Nigerian police and the way they are treating the man. So you can see the kind of country the police are supposed to protect. Look at the force and the high-handedness. Even former Vice President Atiku Abubakar has spoken against the alleged assaults and maltreatment of Omoyele Sowore, calling it personal vendetta. Why are we going to have a country where a man will honor a police invitation linked to allegations of fraud? Despite that, he's demanding transparency before appearing at the police, and you still go ahead and maltreat him. And please, we'd like to call on the police force. It's time to free Sowore. We can't continue with all of these acts. It will not augur well for our country. It's a very sad one. It just leaves a sad taste to the way things are done and the way things happen in our country. So these are things we should look at, and we should look at it very well. Or else, we keep wallowing in pain. We keep wallowing in deceit. We keep wallowing in disaster. And as regards the police tinted glass that's going to take effect, that if you have a tinted glass, you have to be able to register. I tried the portal today. We had some problems with the network, but we are still calling on the police to please ensure that the website works, because we are going to be having a lot of pressure on the website. Ensure that it works so we can get all this registration on. And they should look at it properly so that people can be able to make their registration.
Thank you.
It's supposed to come into event. And please do not forget, from the 18th of this month, from the 18th of this month, INEC registration, you get a chance to go and register for voting.
Thank you, Rufai Hussaini.
That's another one we must look at.
Thank you.
So please, let us take it very seriously.
Okay. This is Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. You're still on to Front Page Review. You know what we do? We go deep into these stories and help you understand what is actually happening, okay? What is actually playing on in the polity, all right? Right now, I'm being joined by Dr. Peter Anosike, who is going to, dwell more into some of these stories. Good morning, Tyre. Welcome.
Good morning, and good morning, listeners.
Okay, back to the Sowore issue. Let me begin with that story. I don't know how you see what is happening to Sowore right now, the way he's been maltreated or malhandled and all of that. Even Atiku Abubakar had to come out to lambast the Nigerian police force over the arrest and, of course, continued detention of Omoyele Sowore. I don't know how you want to look at that.
Well, to be honest with you, I never supported the protest that Sowore organized for the retired policemen. So I told him, look, these are people who were shooting you when you were fighting for good governance. Understand? And what goes round comes round. So I told him that these people deserve no pity. They are heartless.
You told him.
I told him one-on-one that I'm not in support of this struggle. But he said that it must be done. That the bad ones are those at the top. I asked him what happened during end bad governance. And it was at that protest in Abuja that they stoned his
Glasses, yeah.
glasses. People that you are fighting for have the audacity. That shows you how wicked these people are. And it's not up to a month that he led that protest. And I read that there were promotion. Understand? Mm-hmm. Now he was even celebrating the promotion, posting it everywhere. That the number of policemen that were promoted.
Yeah.
But we under 1 month see what is happening. Under 1 month, you can see what is happening. So, for me, as Atiku said, it is a vendetta from the top. Mm-hmm. It is a vendetta from the top. Those who are not comfortable with him, those who profit from violence, when things are lack of due process, it is them that are fighting him. So,
Atiku calls it shameful abuse of power. Shameful abuse of power.
It is some people profits, make a lot of gains from violence, make a lot of gains from when things are not working well. So I saw that the picture yesterday with a bandage on his hand.
Yeah.
Even
a bandage fist.
Understand? So these are people that he went to the street for. See how they are treating him.
Some will see it as some level of retaliation.
Over what?
He's been talking against the IG, right from when his tenure was elongated and all of that,
No, but one, it is not the IG that broke his hand. Understand? Mm-hmm. In all those, IG was in there, but his agents. But there must have been, that's an information. Make sure you deal with him.
That's what I'm saying. Make sure you deal with him.
Understand me?
Okay, let's quickly delve into some of the stories. Let me relate it with the AAC, his own party here in Lagos, before I delve into some real national issues. AAC has alleged that APC rigged Lagos local government polls. Just the recent polls that APC rigged all of the election so far. AAC alleges APC rigged Lagos local government polls, and they're calling for Lasiek boss sack.
For me, local government election anywhere in the country is a walkover. No matter how poorly the governor is performing, his party wins all the local governments. It's always 21 over 21, 57 over 57, even the worst performing governors, because it is the state governor that appoints the state INEC chairman. So personally, I see it as a waste of money, a waste of time, a waste of energy contesting in any state. That's as a chairman or as a councillor, if you are not a member of the ruling party in that state. Even Yahaya Bendo won all the local government in his state. Understand? The same thing.
But must it be like that? I mean, yeah, I don't know.
So
is it supposed to be like that?
For me, contesting with APC
must it be that way
in Lagos State from another party is a waste of time. Understand? Before on Friday, before the and once you become a candidate, you are already the executive chairman. So all you need to be a chairman in Lagos State is just get the nomination of the party. No other contest.
Let's go deep into some real political issues. INEC is in the news big time, and then River State is also in the news. Before I go deep into some national issues, let me take you first to River State. We hear that River stakeholders are urging Tinubu to halt local government poll and reinstate Fubara first before anything can happen.
Well, for me, I don't have from the beginning. I'm just my concern is the interest of Rivers people. My concern is the interest of Rivers people, not Fubara, not Nyesom Wike, because Fubara and Wike participated in the rigging of the presidential pool in February 25, 2023. There's no way we can talk about what happened on that day without mentioning Fubara.
Oh, really?
He participated fully. Understand me? So
in the rigging of the election, you alleged?
In the presidential election, Tinubu never won River State. P2B won River State fair and square. Understand? So you cannot remove Fubara from Wike. All of them thought, acted on the changing of the figures. So from that day, whatever concerns him that doesn't concern me. So, but my concern is the good people of River State, because when this fight was going on,
okay,
my concern is that governance is not going on in Rivers. That's when Wike and the Fubara were fighting, because they say when you end up and fight, it is the grass that suffers. Since 2010, Fubara has been the accountant general of River State, so he must have stolen a lot of money. He cannot be poor again. So my concern, and Wike has also stolen a lot of money. So
allegedly
stolen a lot of money. Understand? Let Wike come and tell us who he was before 1999. Then Wike come and tell Nigerians his companies before 1999. So let us know how that money he's sharing up and down came from. Before 1999, do you ever hear of any business that Wike owns? So then, as a governor, check all the money he was sharing as if he was the governor of a central bank. It's River State money. It is River State money. So Fubara has stolen a lot of money. Wike has stolen a lot of money. So my concern is the people of River State whose governance is being denied. So in this case, River State is one of the swing states politically. Understand me? I think it should be the fifth. Understand? Kanu, Lagos. Kanu, Lagos, Kaduna, Bauchi, then Rivers State. These 5 states produces the highest number of votes in the country. Understand? So that's why APC Tinubu is fighting at all costs to make sure that they have River State in their kitty. So what is playing out in River State is nothing but the 2027 picture.
Let's get to some national issues now. Dr. Gbenga Olawipo Hashim has called on Goodluck Jonathan, Atiku Abubakar, and Peter Obi to contest the presidential election in 2027 under PDP. Under PDP. He says, Atiku, Jonathan, Peter Obi are welcome to contest PDP presidential ticket. This is Olawipo Hashim speaking.
For me, Jonathan cannot come out again. Understand?
But yesterday we were told that the man is ready.
That it's a rumor. Understand? What he saw between June 2014 and the presidential election, understand? The fear, the panic will not. That he is now safe. He is happy now. Understand? He cannot go through that trauma anymore. Understand? Jonathan cannot come out again to contest, so they should forget about it.
But he is also inviting Atiku back home, Peter Obi back home. In fact, especially Peter Obi to come back to PDP to contest.
It will be a very big mistake for Atiku to go back to PDP. It will be a very bad mistake for Peter Obi to go back to PDP because all these things are being schemed to make sure that they don't contest.
Oh, you consider that a scheme?
All these things are being even if they hear that Wike had been expelled, they shouldn't be happy. All these are games. All these are games because the national secretary of PDP, Samuel Anyanwu, who is not supposed to be there, is Wike's person.
Okay.
And secretary is the engine room of the party. So Wike coming to, what's his name? Peter Obi coming to PDP is a sure way of not to contest. They will disqualify him at the dying minute. Atiku coming back is also to make a mess of himself, because as an adult, you shouldn't be running back and forth. It doesn't make you a serious person. So I know that Atiku will not go back and Peter Obi will not go back.
As regards ADC, a former presidential candidate and, of course, ex-chairman of the Inter-Party Advisory Council, IPAC, Chief Peter Ameh, has stated that the North will give a listening ear to Peter Obi in his bid to become Nigeria's president in 2027. Ameh noted that Obi has dominated public discourse and openly tops the list of potential candidates for the 2027 presidential race. The headline says Obi has taken over 2027 race. Ex-IPAC chair Ameh.
For me,
okay,
I'm a student of politics,
okay,
but I'm not a politician.
All right.
I study politics by the side.
Okay.
Understand? I don't like politics the way it is being embedded across the world, not just in Nigeria. Everywhere in the world where an incumbent has been defeated, it is through a coalition. Understand? So Peter Obi cannot do it alone. Peter Obi needs that a coalition. Understand? And I know that Peter Obi, as long as Nigeria is concerned, the most credible politician as we speak today is Peter Obi. The most credible politician that we have in Nigeria today, both serving and by the roadside, is Peter Obi. There's nobody, character-wise, nobody that can be compared to him. And nobody at all. But in politics, a lot of things come into it. Sentiment comes into it. Religion comes into it. Understand? Ethnicity comes into it, which shouldn't be. But this is a developing country. America has practiced politics or democracy for over 250 years. Our own, we have not even practiced democracy for more than 30 years That's since independence. So we are just a developing nation in civil rule.
Okay.
So for P2B, Nigeria is not America. Nigeria is not America. P2B is not Donald Trump and cannot be Donald Trump. So he needs this coalition.
Yeah, he needs the coalition. I am looking at the statements of these. I mean, what this man has just said, that Obi has taken over the 2027 race. Is it that in ADC now he will now be allowed to run as the presidential flag bearer, or is he leaving the ADC to another party to run, as a presidential flag bearer? Since he's saying that Obi has taken over the 2027 race.
P2B said that he is a part of the coalition.
Of course.
He doesn't have a membership card of the ADC. We can get this, understand? You can be a part of something, understand?
Yeah.
Just now. So he had not taken the membership card of ADC, but that he's in sympathy with them.
Okay.
Understand? So at the end of the day, I know that ADC would do their primaries. And my prayer and the prayer of every well-meaning Nigerian is for P2B to emerge as the candidate of the coalition.
Okay.
My prayer and the prayer of every well-meaning Nigerian is for P2B to emerge as the presidential candidate of the coalition. Because it is P2B that I'm seeing now that can reverse what Tinubu is doing. Because one thing that P2B would do, which will help this country, is he's going to cut down on the cost of governance. All these wasteful spendings, P2B will not do it. All this borrowing, which is mortgaging the future of our children and even those unborn, P2B will not do it. When the president of Argentina was elected, the current president of Argentina's economy was in recession. The first thing that he did was to sell their presidential jets. Understand? Then he cut down on the cost of governance by 50%. Reduced the salaries of his cabinet members. Within 6 months, Argentina came out of a recession. But yesterday, it was in the news that Tinubu was using about 26 billion naira in maintaining our presidential jets. What are we doing with more than 12 presidential jets? How many times does the president travel in a month? And you have a 12 aircraft. And the truth is that buying of aircraft is not even the main issue. You can get a jet with $5 million. But within 1 year, you have spent more than that $5 million in maintaining it. Because you have to be paying for parking space. It has to be top notch before you move. Because before every movement, it must be certified. So it is the parking space which you'll be paying every 24 hours, and again, maintaining it that is consuming all the money, not even buying of it. So what is Nigeria doing with a 12 presidential jets? Tinubu talked about sending them. Buhari, he didn't sell. Okay, instead of sending, Tinubu now decided to buy more. Where is he going? And where he is going, Nigeria is running a deficit. Because in 2024, our FDI was $1.8 billion. In 2024, we were ranked either 19th in Africa with regard to foreign direct investment. Why Tinubu spend more than $5 billion traveling from one country to the other.
Yeah.
So for me, those presidential jets are liabilities, not assets. Our presidential jets are liabilities, not assets. Because if Tinubu has remained in Nigeria, our purse would have been heavier. Understand me? So for me, P2B is the only person that I know that can move the economy of this country forward.
There are some statements for and against Peter Obi. Now, a former national treasurer of the Labour Party, Oluchi Okpara, yesterday debunked the allegation that Peter Obi tampered with party funds during the 2023 presidential campaign. Okpara said that Obi personally financed his activities and even contributed financially to the party. All right? Peter Obi never spent Labour Party funds on campaign. What do you know about this?
Peter Obi is a very careful person. He is somebody who cares about his name, who bothers about what people say in his absence. Understand? Even though it is hurting him politically. Understand?
Okay.
Because now it is hurting him politically because Gambino in Mafia Manager was talking about for you to be in politics, for you to win, you must have the character of a lion and a fox. You must have the character of a lion and a fox. And that's what the APC was using against Jonathan. Just saying anything for saying sake. Throwing mud at the president, which P2B cannot do. So it is hurting him. That's why I'm a Donald Trump fan. Give it to them hot. Understand? Even forget about fact checking or not. Understand? Just mobilize your base. Make them happy. Say what they want to hear. Understand? Instead of before you go that to make any statement, you begin to Google to say whether you are right or wrong. It doesn't make your base happy. Understand? So, and that's what P2B is doing, that to make sure that everything is right. Politically, it doesn't work that way. Politics is a murky water.
Okay.
And you cannot swim in that without getting stains and strains on your body. But P2B want to do it in a civilized way. And to me, it is hurting him. It is hurting him.
ADC has called on the ruling party APC to remove what it called unlawful campaign infrastructure for Bola Ahmed Tinubu's re-election. Abdullahi alleged that the ruling party is neglecting Nigeria's economic and security crisis in pursuit of Tinubu's re-election. Dismantle premature Tinubu re-election posters nationwide. This is ADC telling APC.
It is right because INEC rule said that campaign must not start 150 days to the election. Understand me? The campaign cannot start with that's it until 150 days.
Yeah.
Understand me? But now 150 days should be about 6 months, isn't it? So, but now go to Kanu, go to Kaduna, go to Abuja, go to Lagos.
So some have said Tinubu is not aware.
Airport. He's not aware.
Of all of
And
these,
he doesn't travel and not get Mohammed Airport Road. When he's being carried in a vehicle, he closes his eyes. He doesn't see his billboards everywhere. So what APC is doing is violating the electoral rule. Understand? What they are doing now is illegal. And for me, two things come to my mind. One, it is a sign of desperation.
Okay.
One, it is a sign of desperation. Two, it is a sign that they have run out of ideas. Because if they have things to do, if they have things to pursue, they shouldn't be campaigning now. So, two things. They have run out of ideas. Two, sign of desperation. But it is also a mockery on the Nigerian masses. You are shouting 4 more years, 4 more years. Why the people that you are shouting 4 more years are not even eating? Which means it is 4 more years of the continuation of the suffering. So for me, my people, the suffering Nigeria People's Party, should open their eyes to what is happening. They should open their eyes to APC is making a mockery of them. Because campaign shouldn't start till 6 months to the election. But now they have forgotten their promises to the masses and are now campaigning. And the INEC should also put their foot down and call them to order.
Okay. Just to let everyone know that INEC announced 811 centers for CVR. As applications for new political parties registration hits 151. This is urging everyone to go and get your PVC. All right, as soon as possible. That's no way. I'm going to just an information, for Nigerians. But then, ahead of the 2027 general election, INEC has pledged to tighten loose ends to ensure a free, fair, and credible election.
I don't believe them.
You don't believe them?
I don't believe them.
That in 2027, Nigeria
I don't believe INEC.
It's going to be free, fair, and credible.
I don't believe INEC. That's why I'm calling for a coalition, so that the election will be too big to rig. That's why I'm calling a coalition, so that the election will be too big to rig. All the promises that they made in 2023, which one did they keep? All the promises that they made. Festus Okoye, I don't know where he is now. All the press conferences, all the seminars, which of those things did? So I don't believe INEC.
There's an information here, by courtesy the Nation newspaper. It says that no fewer than 5 million households have received 493 billion naira disbursed by the federal government as part of its social protection measures. The headline says that the federal government disburses 493 billion naira to about 5 million households.
You believe them? Open this phone line. Tell whoever has received to call and tell you that he has received. And again, coming from Nation newspaper has no credibility. Nation newspaper has no credibility. I can tell you of my own experience with Nation newspaper. Understand me? So I don't trust them too.
Don't you think you're demarketing the Nation newspaper?
Excuse me. When Kayode of the immediate past governor of Ekiti State was contesting, understand? Igbos in Ekiti gave me a press statement, understand? And the caption of that press statement was that Igbos in Ekiti will vote for the best candidate. That was the story that I wrote. I gave to Sun newspaper, I gave to Vanguard, I gave to Guardian, and I gave to Nation. Igbos in Ekiti will vote for the best candidate. Nation newspaper published Igbos in Ekiti endorsed Fayemi. Fayemi was never in my story. Understand me? Fayemi was... It caused a problem between me and Igbos in Ekiti. That I'm trying to cause problem for them. What if another person wins? So from that day, I know that these people have no credibility. So I'm talking of my own personal experience. They changed the headline of my story to favor APC. The Sun published Igbos in Ekiti will vote for the best candidate. Vanguard did the same thing. Guardian did the same thing. It's only nation that changed it. So for me, they have compromised.
Federal government disburses 493 billion naira to 5 million households.
We don't even have data here. We don't even have data. Understand? Can they publish the names of those of the families that have benefited, or open all the phone line? Tell if you have benefited from this federal government, whatever it is, let us know, and let us know the criteria. What qualifies you to get that benefit? Because these people are telling us that the poorest of the poor in Nigeria have a bank accounts, have phones. Understand? That the poorest of the poor have bank accounts, have phone numbers. The poorest of the poor in America are unseen.
They are unseen.
They are unseen. What I mean by that, the unseen, they don't have accounts. You cannot claim to be among the vulnerable, and you're operating an account, a bank account.
Then you're not poor.
Then, and you have a phone.
Right?
How are they transferring this money? That's my question. How are they transferring this money? What qualifies you to get this money? So for me, if I see any story in the Nation newspaper, I have to check other newspapers to know whether it is true or not.
Let's get to Benue, which is our last destination, final destination. There seems to be a silent revolution against the consumption of beef, popularly called cow meat, in Benue at the moment. Before now, Benue was known for the large-scale consumption of beef, in the part of the country. However, strong indications at the moment suggest otherwise. The people have turned their backs to beef consumption and descended to pork, which, though a delicacy for the people, cannot be compared to the level they devoured beef. What I'm trying to say is, protest against armed heads or armed headers attack. Benue people shun beef, turned to pork.
Well, it's a silent protest. It's because you cannot be killing my people and I'll be patronizing you.
Okay.
That's exactly what they are trying to do. You cannot be killing my people and I'll be patronizing your product. But I don't think if that is really enough, government should disarm those herdsmen.
Okay, VOP 90.3 FM, it's time to call in to have your say.
It's time to take the next step toward your dreams. Admissions are now open for the October 2025 and January 2026 intakes at Lancaster University, Ghana. Get ready for a world-class education, global opportunities, and an unforgettable experience right from Ghana. For more information, contact us at +234 0701 708 9214 or email us at nigeria@lancaster.edu.gh. Apply today and begin your journey to success with Lancaster University, Ghana. Your future starts now.
0700 903 903 903 0700 903 903 903. WhatsApp 081 717 56338. Move away from your radio set or turn down the volume so we can hear each other. Just about 60 seconds for everyone. Mind what you say on the national radio. Good morning to you. What's your name and where you calling from?
Hello, Jide. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, I'm Prince from Sweden.
Good morning, Prince.
Yeah, Jide, please, I want to ask Mr. President, please, what kind of system of government are we practicing now? Because I use this word adversely because I was thinking that somebody came to power through the window, should have planned how to live through the door. When maybe you get admission.
Hello? Are you there? Your network. Call back if you can. All right? Please call back if you can. 0700 903 903 903. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
This is Dikin Ogundele calling from Ijebu.
Welcome.
I totally like your discussion this morning on that issue of poorest of the poor. What is the criteria on which they base it? When you listen to a particular radio station, they are advising you to go and register for a place that you are vulnerable. In fact, this is a misordering of priority. Transfer money to how many people? Who are the poor people? Please, if the government don't know what to do, they should just leave us as we are. Give us life-saving infrastructure. All this palliative empowerment are just wasting of resources, wasting of trust. We don't have trust in them because they are doing what they're not supposed to do. Give us stable electricity. Then they have the hardest. You as president, call on the Mayati Allah. Any harder that kills farmer any longer will be judged according to the law.
All right.
I don't want to hear say they kill again. If we cannot cultivate rice in Nigeria, we go to America to go and buy rice for Nigeria. We have valuable land. We have able hands that can do the work, but they cannot go to the farm.
Thank you so much.
Let the government know what they are doing.
Thank you.
Forget about empowerment and palliative.
Thank you. Thank you. Hello, good morning.
Hello, Jide.
Yeah.
Good morning. Yeah.
Okay.
I was talking before.
Okay.
Yeah. So what I'm asking the Mr. President is that I thought that when you gain admission through maybe you pay to get in, doesn't mean that you come out with a bad result. This man didn't win election. We all know that. And we decided to give him, okay, chance. Prove yourself. You remove subsidy and you are not channeling the money where you told us that you are supposed to channel the money. Mm-hmm. You cannot subsidize medical. You cannot subsidize education. Nothing. No CNG buses anywhere that you promise us. I don't understand. Then the issue of this River State, it gives me sleepless nights. Do you know why? I'm not from River State. I'm a Nigerian. But we are setting a bad precedent in this country. This where I live now in Sweden. The reason why some of the people that my friends here, Arab and all that, the reason why the Arab people doesn't want to associate with, they don't want to be called Africa, is because of the way we behave. We don't know what we are doing. Our people are not standing up to challenge their government. We are just there lying low. Everything is salam. Number two, this issue of River State, I thought that this thing is in Supreme Court. What is Supreme Court doing, for God's sake? And you are planning an election. The things you should be mindful when you are planning an election is the police, the professors that leak the elections, and the Supreme Court that pronounce the winner at the end of the day. Have we tried to solve this problem? Another one is Peter Obi should be mindful of this INEC. They are telling him now that, they are recognizing Namadi Usman. It is just a trap for him to set in. They have already bought everything in Labour Party. So he should just forget about Labour Party if he wants to contest. So please, let the Supreme Court do the needful. This man cannot keep River State as if it's his own pocket, because another president will come tomorrow and see 10 states and put it in his pocket, and nobody's going to talk. We are just looking at him.
Thank you so much for
to do anything he likes. I don't know the kind of system of government that we're practicing in this country.
Thank you.
Is it not democracy?
Good morning.
You declare state.
Good morning.
Hello, good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good morning to Mr. Dr. Peter Ameh.
Good morning.
He's doing a great job, and
all right.
God bless him for that.
Okay.
Now, I think it's about Mr. Peter Gregory Obi. I pray that so much. It's always my everyday wish that he will be president of this country. But as it is now, is he ready for the job? I don't want him to get there and the narrative will change that, I never thought it is as bad as this. I never want him to say, I never knew that the He should be thinking of those with whom he will work with. Think of the police, think of the National Assembly, think of the army. Those who is going to work with, because it's not going to be everywhere. So he should begin to think of that. I pray, and I know it's the prayer of most in Nigeria that he become the president of this Nigeria. But will his statement not change like those before him? Who got there and begin to say, we never knew it's as bad as this. Okay. Is he ready for it? Is he ready for it? So that the narrative will not be, I pray that he's there. So that when peradventure, if he's not there, we will not be saying the president that Nigeria never had.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate you. Sorry about that. Please call in, okay? Just call back. Call in. Thank you so much. Hello, good morning to you.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning, Kamil. This is Mama H.O.
Okay.
IG of police. Make una free my pikin Showore. Now they hear me. Because now they find trouble. Una they find trouble. They say pikin won't cry. Una go conquer for head. Una just dey match a break. If by Monday I not release my pikin, when other pikin gather for na state, e no go contain una. Now they hear me. I can just tell you. Then the million one as well I won't give vulnerable. Now who be the vulnerable? Una don't mark money one I won't loot. Now cause they use vulnerable Nigeria to una be thief. When I kukuma tell so now don't thief that million because I not give out to anybody. And INEC, you say there will be no mistake. So the last one when you say put my senior boyfriend for there, you do mistake when you say put Ameh. Don't confess openly. Shame on you, INEC. We not believe una. So we dey prepare for too. So we know so una be Riga.
Thank you.
Mr. Riga. Therefore, make una dey we dey our day. Then those one that they say coalition or no coalition. Whether coalition we say DC or not, my children go coalesce. No be ADC. The criminal gang up of ADC na be coalition. The coalition when go coalesce, now the coalition of the oppressed, the coalition of the vulnerable, and all my children when they vulnerable like me, all my children when they oppressed like me, home and abroad, we go coalesce. Okay. At 2027, it belongs to my children. Whether una like.
Thank you so much, not. Mama.
Thank you, and God bless us.
Appreciate you. Hello, good morning here. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Hello.
I can hear you. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Okay. All right, let me read some messages quickly, okay? Pascal Chimeze, it's deeply troubling that former President Goodluck Jonathan may, after all, join the race for the 2027 election. From what started as rumor, it's becoming a reality. It means that the former president does not really know how to quit the stage while the vision is loudest.
He will not run. He's not running.
You're very sure.
He's not
How
running.
sure are you?
It's a rumor. He will not run.
All right, that's from Pascal. Pascal, thank you so much. And then Timi Tokwe Onato is saying, permit me to ask, is there any difference between the government and MMM or CBEX that has defrauded Nigerians in the name of investments? This administration will give you 1 and stylishly collect 10. Do you know that the Nigerian stock market that this administration is using to claim that the country's economy is booming has suddenly crashed following the withdrawal of the foreign investors that has been trading in the stock market? The most annoying is where the Unity Bank has been delisted from the stock market and has made a huge amount of money invested by stakeholders to be hooked, and nobody is addressing this issue. Timothy, thank you so much. Mazu Gochukwu is saying Kwam is supposed to know that he is now an elderly man and drop all his arrogancy. If he feels he is too big to fly public plane, he should go and get a private jet. Kwam I want to wish my fellow CMO members a happy. Okay, thank you so much. Uncle Wiki, let me find out he is your uncle, Mr. Ikamiji. Okay, thank you. Why not all households? Why only 5 million? They started with their lies and scam. Again, Abi? Okay, it's okay. Greetings to all. Electricity Union demanded for privatization. Now, they are also the one asking for government takeover. This new and sudden request might be pregnant with political or self-interest undertone. Dr. Joseph from the United States of America. And then this person is saying, good morning, please. Any right-thinking Nigerians should disregard Jonathan coming back in 2027. It is just a propaganda. Let us be resolute and focused. Obi is our person. Mazi Akajaja from Okota. Good morning. Good luck. Jonathan should not make the mistake of coming back to power to run as a Nigerian president if he wants to still have respect from Nigerians. Onoha Michael from Greenfield Estate, Ago, Okota, Lagos. And then Philip from Alimosho is saying, please, do you know that another hardship is coming upon the Nigerian masses again through the Nigerian police and this government by the reintroduction of tinted glass permits? Maybe I don't know. Maybe we'll have to talk about this tinted glass thing that I hear. Starting from 12th of August 2025, obtainable and renew yearly at the cost of 65k and 70k yearly. Nobody is saying anything about it now. Who is going to help us if it is true? Okay, for real. Oh, wow. Osadebe is saying, what's the name? Osadebe Umaje from Shasha is saying INEC is overwhelmed with things that ordinarily should be done by other competent bodies. For example, registration of voters should be done by National Population Commission or NIMC while you assign CAC to register eligible parties. This will reduce their bias and tendency of manipulation by any government in power. If registration is done by CAC, INEC will not be denying parties registration, as may be directed by authorities also contesting by the same for the same election. You see where this person is going to? I'm not okay.
But CAC is also saddled with its own businesses. Go there, go there every day. They are busy. Understand? Go to CAC. They are busy on a daily basis. And political party is not a profit-making organization, so it has no business with CAC.
Okay. Let's look at what this person has said. Okay. I think it's time to go. It's time to go. Peter Mosike, I want to say thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
For coming. Thank you. Thank you indeed.
Thank
Thank God it's Friday, everyone. Thank God indeed it's Friday. And like I would always say on social media, Facebook and all, I am Ikami Jude. Okay? My name is Jude. Ikami Jude. Thank you so much. I'll see you later by 11 on the DOT. I'm out of here. Good morning.